Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Taking you up to 2 p.m. You know it's bad when people are starting to chime in and say, hey, the Niners made some moves. Baseball's starting soon. They don't even want to talk Kings anymore. Look, we definitely are going to get into – I literally told Kyle this. I said, look, man, I might be the only – I know Carmichael Dave does this as well, but I'm very open about my radio journey, try to be a human in all this. And, you know, when I get people, we've joked about doing too much Kings or not enough Kings, or the fact that somebody can hop in their car, and if you're not talking Kings, they haven't heard their Kings fix yet, and you cannot please everybody. It's not possible. But you know, on a day like today, the Kings don't play again till Thursday, and really, there's the game was what it was. We're gonna look at some versions of lineups that could maybe help the Kings, and what exactly are the X's and O's as far as the issues here. But yeah, I mean, I will not milk the Knicks game for the next 2 days, or because I would lose my mind. I would actually lose my mind. You know, Kyle Juszczyk, I don't know would you call him a Niners great, but I think he's close to it. He was a fan favorite. At the very least, he was a fan favorite.
Ring of Honor player?
I don't think so.
He's not going to get a jersey retired.
No,
but Ring of Honor, maybe?
Yeah. Kyle Juszczyk no longer with the San Francisco 49ers, and the mid QB shuffle continues with the Seahawks fans basically saying, oh, great, we got rid of Geno. We're going to move in the young direction. And then getting Sam Darnold for 3 years. So there's plenty to talk about, and we will get to it. Yeah, look, man, it's a 4-hour show, and the Kings don't, on a day like today, they don't deserve to be talked about for 4 hours, frankly speaking.
Maybe we're doing production on air now, but I'm in my mind, I'm like, today's the day to get all those topics you've wanted to talk about for weeks.
And I've just been afraid of getting tomatoes thrown at me.
Today's the day to do it.
That's right.
Today is the day to just get all of it off your chest. We're going to talk Kevin Durant and Devin Booker.
That's right.
We're going to talk 49ers. We're going to talk about mid-quarterback carousel, which I got to come up with a funny name for that, because it truly is just a mid-quarterback carousel right now. Like,
yeah.
I heard Josh Dobbs for the Niners just went to the Patriots, and I heard Jameis might come to the Niners, but then Kenny Pickett just went to the Browns. So it's like just the mid quarterbacks are all shuffling hands. Daniel Jones is a cult now, which I saw someone.
I saw that this morning. I saw
someone make the joke about Anthony Richardson. This is the fairest assessment ever. If you can't beat out Daniel Jones, it's not going to work out for you.
You need to do something else. But before we do all of that, we do want to look at the things that can help this team, the Kings, that we can control, right? If you're Coach Doug Christie, you cannot control that you've been given this team with a short time span. You can't control this, you can't control that. One thing you can't control is the starting lineup. And I know that I have said I'm not really in the camp of changing the starting lineup, and I don't know that I'm even there quite yet, but I'm here to discuss opportunities, okay? After a stretch like the Kings have had, where you got really close to beating good teams and Malik Monk didn't play, and Malik Monk comes back and you get your you-know-what's handed to you on a silver platter, at the very least, you could say, hey, we're just going to try something different, see if we get hot, and go from there, right? Hey, Malik, you're coming back from injury. You had to go back to the locker room. We're actually going to bring you off the bench. We're going to start Keon. and we're gonna see if that fixes something, right? Because you're at the point now where you could probably say this has no bearing on what we're gonna do next season. And you can be honest, Malik, we don't know who's gonna be on the team next season, right? Maybe you don't want to be that honest because you don't want Malik to. Malik has a meeting with Kings ownership. What is the direction?
To discuss it.
To discuss the direction.
Imagine Sam Amick's next story where it's like Domantas Sabonis, Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Keon Ellis.
They're all walking in there with their arms linked together. It's like, guys, if you're the ones playing the games, we're just having some fun.
And also randomly Isaac Jones?
Yes, who played well yesterday. There's a positive. Isaac Jones played pretty darn well yesterday. What did he end with? He ended with 12 points in 19 minutes. But hold on now. Let me keep going here.
Okay, one joke real quick.
Okay.
Jay Crowder with the back brace on, standing in line with the guys.
Hey man, whenever I'm ready, it's my time. It's my time.
That's what Jay Crowder is for. Solidarity when they charge into Monty McNair's office.
So when you look at this lineup, you have an opportunity now to say, okay, hey, Malik, this has no bearing. We promise you. We don't even know who the coach is going to be. We think it's going to be Doug, but we're just in survival mode. And we know that you can come off the bench and do a good job for us. And look, I think you can look at Malik's production and use that to help him to say, hey, Malik, look, man, it's a bit redundant right now, right? Zach is doing some of the things that you do. You're doing some of the things that he does. You're both doing some of the things that DeMar DeRozan does. We have three super similar players, and you're all really, really good, and we want to give you that respect. But to be honest with you, it's not really working, right? We beat some good teams just based on talent. But schematically and based on actually breaking down who the team is, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So this is what we're going to do. We got 18 games left. It has no bearing on what the roster or what the lineup will look like next season. Malik, I don't even know if I'm going to be the coach next season. We're trying to make the playoffs here. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to start Keon. You're going to come off the bench. You're going to give us that spark that you gave us. This is not about you offensively. This is about the team defensively. And we're going to continue to do what we're doing. Keon might come out at the 5-minute mark, just like you were coming out at the 5-minute mark. We cannot afford to fall behind teams right now. And we think it's a good opportunity because of you coming back from injury. We saw some things during those games. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. I'm not even saying I want to do it. I'm just saying if you are looking around for answers and something that could alter, right? You are staring the 9 seed in the face with some really good offensive teams coming into your building. So you don't have to do it. I don't even know that I want to do it. But it's something that I could see them discussing because there's no what else are you going to do? What else are you going to do? Well, and besides play better.
Well, it goes back to the conversation we were having earlier, which is this team might not be good enough. Good enough for what? Depends on your expectation. But in the meantime, you're trying to find what adjustments can be made if there are adjustments to be made. And I guess maybe you've gotten to the point where it's like, I've seen what this team looks like with Keon starting and at times with Jake LaRavia closing, and defensively it feels a lot better. So maybe that's the direction we have to go. But I also want to give Malik a little bit of grace because he's playing through a toe sprain. And last night it took him a while to get going offensively, even though the game plan was Malik, go, take the most shots on the team. Go, you got this.
Well, I think you can use that as I'm not going to say excuse, but hey, Malik, we know you're coming back from injury. We've been also looking at some things defensively. Let's just have you come off the bench for the rest of the season. I know that we've kind of played with your situation a little bit. You started, you came off the bench, you were the point guard. We get all that, but I'm sorry, brother. We're all dealing with it. You know, this is not I was the fourth man off the bench when the season started, and now I'm the head coach, and one of the assistant coaches is in Tallahassee right now. So it's not about you. We're all dealing with it. We're just trying to survive. And I'm not saying to do it, but I know people that are obsessed with all the net ratings continue to break all that down. Let's continue to break that down on the other side. What would you do to help the Kings internally? Allen Stiles, Sactown Sports.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing